So therefore,
the case against a 42-year-old police officer has been postponed to the 6th of January. He's accused of murder after allegedly shooting and killing his girlfriend on Boxing Day in Eldorado Park. The accused was not in court as he is currently hospitalized at the Chris Hani Baragwanath Hospital under police watch. Let's listen in.
This is just a ploy. When he committed the crime, he was fine. Now it's suddenly psychological stuff that's going on. No, that's not on. And like I said, my daughter I want justice for my daughter, and that's what I'm going to fight for. He's changed my life now forever, me and my wife and my family. It will never be the same. But my daughter never had a voice, but I'll be her voice now.
Now that we saw, obviously, that the person didn't come to court, on the next appearance, can we expect that you'll be expecting to see him?
Definitely, he should be here. Like I just said, there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. When he committed the crime, he was fine. Now suddenly it's all this bullshit. No.
Could I ask about the second supposed suspect in this? That's why everyone's going to the police station. Do you also want answers from him? What do you think his role is in all of this?
The IO came to us on Friday, and they interviewed him. They told us that they interviewed him, but there's not enough grounds to charge him. So, but we'll also speak to our legal people and then take it from there.
yes, Father, can you explain to us when this incident happened? What was the relationship between the daughter and the accused?
Well, they dated, but unfortunately, I and my wife and my whole family, we never approved of this. But she was very silent on this, and she never told us anything. And that is the thing that hurt me so much, because I felt like I failed my daughter. Because if I was there, this was never going to happen.
Why did you not approve of it? Were there signs of abuse?
Exactly.
Can
There
I
were
maybe
already
just
signs.
interject there? So what happened was that the parents went to the police station on several occasions to address the abuse towards the daughter. One incident, she was actually assaulted in the police station, in the presence of other police officers. Now, our stance is this. The South African Police Service knew that this guy was apparently drunk on duty, and that would leave us to assume that he was probably an alcoholic. So my question is to the South African Police Service and the station commander of Eldorado Park. You knew what a danger this man was in your premises. You knew that this man is not a safe person to assist our public. Why was this man's firearm not confiscated since there were several cases opened up against him in terms of his violent abuse towards women? And as the Black Entrepreneurs Alliance, we're standing here in solidarity with this family. We are not going to tolerate gender-based violence. And secondly, we are demanding that the station commissioner of Eldorado Park must be removed.
He must be removed! And Maluleka must go! Maluleka must go!
Protection orders before?
There were several cases opened up against this man, which the commissioner in one of his media briefings has informed the public that there were several cases opened up against him. He was drunk on duty. Why was this man allowed to be kept with a firearm, full knowing what his mental state was? Now they want to come and say psychological reports must be signed off in order to do the bail hearing. That's not going to happen. We're going to ensure that justice will prevail.
So just for clarity purposes, because we don't want to get this wrong, were there cases opened up against the suspect?
Previous cases,
of abuse
other
or what?
cases, we're not sure
Plenty.
of the content of the cases,
Yeah,
but there were
plenty.
cases.
Plenty other cases.
And that
Plenty
comes
other
from
cases.
the submission that the station commissioner himself made.
Did your daughter open a case of abuse? That's what we want to know.
I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure.
But in that respect also, the father did go to the police station and brought it to the attention of the station commissioner, and various other officers at the police station were aware of the fact that this man was abusive towards his daughter.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
what BEA, on behalf of the youth, do feel like the police station in Eldorado Park has failed us. As the youth, they have failed us. And we would love to know, what is the police station's purpose for the community of Eldorado Park?
Yes! Maluleka must go!
I am Lanice Ishmael.
And your name, ma'am?
Aisha Hendricks.
Okay.
Just to close off, we know that this happened obviously in full view of the friends, and we understand that the mother was also there when it occurred. How are the friends also doing?
No, my wife wasn't on the scene. It was one of where she actually stayed with one of her friends. Her mother was on the scene, and she's the one that actually protected my daughter from further injury. But yeah, she was on the scene, not my wife.
And how are the friends?
They're very emotional, and it's also heartbroken for them as well to lose a friend and like a close colleague as well. So yeah, that's about it.
Further, I just want to add and say that with regards to the second suspect, it is clear that they were operating with a common purpose. There's no way that the second suspect can say that he was not aware of the intentions, since he was there the first time, left and came back. So he cannot say that he was not aware and they did not act in common purpose.
When you say first time, what do you mean?
The first time when they pulled up there, he apparently got back into the car, left and came back again, and that's when the shooting happened.
Sorry, can I ask you something as a father? I know that you didn't approve of the relationship as a family, and she obviously became very closed off to informing you about that relationship. But did she ever come to you or any family member and express her concern and worry about the abuse that she was experiencing?
She never said anything. That's the reason why I'm so heartbroken. Because, when she was a bit little, when she was in her early teens, she always used to say to others that, you don't know my father. And I asked her, Chesney, why didn't you go back to what you always used to say? I have a father. You don't know my father. And, I feel so bad and angered for this peak that took my daughter's life, and I could have made a difference in her life, man.
Can I just also add to that and say that, very often when victims in toxic relationships, they don't always have the courage to speak up, number one. Number two is they often find themselves maybe ignorant of not identifying the toxic traits in a toxic relationship. Secondly, it could even be a matter of being ashamed and not divulge the fact that you're in a toxic relationship. And thirdly, very often these victims are forced into fear and not able to speak up. But what I can say on behalf of the family is the one instance where he assaulted her in front of their home, the father took the initiative to go to the police station and confronted the police, and nothing came of it. So it's not a matter of that the police was not aware. They were fully aware of this man's mental state, his incompetencies, and the fact that he is a threat to society.
Sorry, could I get your name and surname, please?
No, thank you very much for speaking to us. So, that's the family of Mrs. Chesney Kibla, and basically just asking for justice, but not also okay with the fact that they're basically saying that at this point that they're unhappy that the person that was supposed to appear before court did not appear, and they're saying that the police station was aware of the abusive nature their relationship had taken, and they are obviously still distraught, but they want justice for the 22-year-old.
And what also seems to be quite a recurring issue amongst the community members and the family there in Mobile is the station commander of the Eldorado Park police station with regards to his knowledge of what seemingly is the behavior of this 42-year-old police officer in question.
Yeah, well, that's why they're saying that they want him to basically step down, because they feel like the Eldorado police station has not done anything. They've kept quiet whilst all of this was taking place. So the youth within the area itself saying that they feel like they've been failed by the station commander, because, of course, we know that this gentleman was also in the police, that he was supposed to uphold the law himself. but in turn, then this is what occurred. But we're hearing also that there is a second suspect, and they feel that they were moving in the same, in agreement with each other, and that they want that person obviously to be arrested as well. This is further to the investigation that are currently taking place in the background.